don't know about you, but at this time of year, after a lovely winter walk, all you want is a nice warm drink. So in this brand new show, we're going to take you to 12 different destinations. We're in search of the perfect cup of tea, so we're going to visit tea shops all across our county, and you're coming with us. Along the way, we shall sample copious amounts of tea and cake. But why are we doing this? To see if anyone serves the perfect tea and scones, of course. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back in the lovely market town that we've taken you to many times actually before. You can see the castle in the back there where we visited. I think it was about episode 6 or 7 when we went there. That's Richmond Castle, and this is the market square. It's absolutely gorgeous, but funnily enough, we've never been anywhere here for a cup of tea before, so we thought now's the time to venture out, and this is a place which we saw when we were scouting locations for this series, and we thought we had to try it. From the outside, as you can see there, it looks absolutely lovely, and Kay, of course, was looking out for the cakes when we looked through the window, and they had a lovely display with some gorgeous cakes. So this episode, it's time to try the tea and scones in the rather lovely cross-view tea rooms.
Isn't it really? I don't want a fresh strawberry either. I don't know if it's fresh. The strawberry's fresh. I don't want that. Let's do it myself. It's a scone. Why didn't you strawberry chocolate whipped cream? I didn't want it. There's chocolate down there if you want.
To paraphrase Hugh Jackman,
Yes.
ladies and gentlemen, this is not the moment you've been waiting for.
No.
I've amended it just slightly.
Did you? I didn't notice.
Yes,
Me and
I
Brian
did.
were actually singing that this morning.
We have, over the last 5-6 months, had the privilege of visiting many tea and coffee houses which have changed our opinion of independent providers. They have been, by and large, superb
Yeah.
until today.
Until today.
Now, I suppose what's fun about this is it's fun, but it's also slightly sad, because if that was your experience, you would get yourself to Costa rather quickly.
Gosh, I mean,
You'd get yourself into a chain because you know what you're going to get and you know it's going to be okay.
yeah, I mean, if you'd have been a tourist, and actually, it does get a fair number of tourists this town. We've heard lots of different accents just walking around today.
Yes.
If you'd gone in there thinking, oh, that looks really nice, because you might do that, because it did look very nice from the outside.
It did, you know, we walked past it, and because we scout these places out, and we walked past it, and, you know, we actually saved this one up because we thought,
It looked really good.
I thought this is going to be all right. But it really isn't.
Oh, it was terrible.
Most definitely the worst
It was really terrible.
one that we've had. Let's start with, well, no, let's start on a high.
What's the one?
Well, it was clean. Where did
I
you see?
suppose.
It was clean. I didn't see any dust or dirt anywhere.
No. But it wasn't exactly freshly painted. I don't know. I mean,
It was tired.
Tired,
but it was
yeah.
clean.
But it was clean, yeah.
It was clean.
Yeah.
So you know,
Yeah.
it is. You know, the star is it clean or not? It was most certainly clean. So we will give it a star for cleanliness.
Okay.
But then it all goes downhill from there, really, because you know, service. I mean, as you can see, I can't really find
It was
words.
very confusing. I mean, I didn't know if it was a table service or if you had to go up and order. Menus were on the tables, and you kind of walked in and asked for, you know, a table for 3, and they said, oh yeah, that one over there. So you presume it's maybe table service.
Yeah.
But we were sat there for quite a bit, weren't we?
Yes.
Well, as it transpired, it was table service, because towards the end of our stay, someone came in and sat down at a table, and someone went over and said, "Can I take your order, please?"
But nobody did that with us, and we'd been sat there 10 minutes probably.
Yes, and I'd also been giving, certain people the eye, and no one had come over. So I went up and ordered. And then they proceeded to bring the order in 3 goes.
Yeah.
All with time in between.
Yeah, massive amounts of time. So, like, our teas came, and then a bit later, Bryony's drink came, and then the scones didn't appear.
So I actually went back and said, "Have you forgotten them?" And they said, No. We're just finishing off getting them ready now.
It was a scone.
No
What do you
joke.
have to get ready?
Well, no, I know, and I'd virtually finished my drink.
Honestly,
And we hadn't
sat
been
there
rushing.
15 minutes with our cups of tea, and you order a cup of tea and a scone, you want them together, don't
Yeah.
you? That's the whole point.
Also, nitpicking, I didn't see many smiles.
No, there weren't many smiles at all.
I didn't see any smiles, in
They
fact.
looked quite rushed and quite stressed, and it was very busy in there. Bryony hated it. There was too many tables. They'd crushed in too many tables, I think, in my opinion. It was very noisy. It was hot,
Yeah.
wasn't it? And it's
So-
not a hot day today.
No. So it definitely does not get a star for service.
No.
We shall move on swiftly to scone.
It was shocking. I've never had a scone presented to me in the way that this scone was presented.
And considering we waited long enough for me to have grown the wheat,
Well, I actually said to Dan, I could have made a scone. Literally from scratch, from start to finish, I could have made one and presented it fresh in the amount of time that we've sat and waited. And, all they had to do, we asked for it with jam and cream this time instead of just butter. Because it's nice, isn't it, to have jam and cream? And whenever we've had scone before with jam and cream, you get the scone, you get a little pot or, jar or whatever of jam, and then you get some cream separate. This came all on the plate. They'd cut the scone, jam had been put on, and then a huge mountain of squirty cream with a shriveled up fresh strawberry on top, and then these chocolate things on top. And I can't eat chocolate, and that's a huge presumption of them, isn't it, to put chocolate. I've not ordered anything with chocolate. I wanted a scone.
yeah, I don't know why you would put that on a scone in the first place.
No, I think they were trying to be fancy.
But who puts chocolate on a scone with jam and cream?
I know.
That's just insane.
And it was just...
So, okay, they totally messed up the serving of it, but perhaps it tasted lovely?
No, it didn't.
It did not.
The scone was dry as a bone. It had
Honestly, I chewed
no
for
flavour.
so long, and I just could not make it moist.
The jam tasted cheap. It just tasted sweet. There was no strawberry flavour at all.
So we waited probably 20 minutes for what was like a comedy scone.
Yeah, I mean, you could have actually done that to that scone in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
And had it served.
Yeah, get it out.
And it was cold.
Get it out, get the
thought
tables
as well,
turned.
Or maybe they're going to warm it up, because sometimes they bring them out and they're warm, and that's quite nice. No, it was just a cold one.
And well, I think we've spoken enough on it.
I didn't eat it.
Does it get a star? No, it does not get a star.
I ate a quarter of it, of the scone.
So far, they have 1 star out of 3. Is it going to get better? Well, let's see as we move on to the tea.
Oh, the tea. It was very average.
Now, had I chosen to order hot water, I would be giving it a star. But I didn't. And that's what they served me. And I left it for ages.
Yeah, you
that was the
did.
worst peppermint tea. And it made me think about peppermint tea as a wider subject. And I think that it is done poorly in so many places. Especially when you compare it to that amazing peppermint tea that we got from Booths that we spoke about on the podcast recently.
And that's just a tea bag, and
Yeah.
it's easy to source really good
How
peppermint
easy
tea.
is it?
Well, it's not a
Yeah.
difficult job,
No.
is it? That tasted like they'd gone to the cheapest kind of
It was just like dust.
trade
It was
warehouse
dust.
place. And just got,
You haven't told me about your tea.
oh, it was very average. That's all I can say about it, really.
Well, my tea...
They didn't there was no... I mean, there was just a pot of sugar on the table. There wasn't any option for, like, a sweetener.
Cracked cutlery.
The cutlery.
Crockery.
The crockery. The teapots, both teapots had chips, several chips in them. The teacups
Dirty.
were quite thick china.
Yeah.
You know, we could go on.
But we won't.
You're probably bored
We'll
now.
just say, no star.
No.
So finally, we come to cost. And it cost £10.30.
It's quite cheap, wasn't it, really?
Yeah, but we paid less
We've paid less than that.
at the first place we went to.
Yeah.
So we have paid, and that was excellent, that first place we went to. So when you consider that the service was terrible, the scone was awful, the tea was not nice, we've paid £10.30 to sit somewhere clean but tired looking for half an hour.
Yeah.
Not a good experience, I'm afraid.
No, really not. Very disappointing.
It
I was
is.
really looking forward to
So
coming
was
out.
I.
Coming out, having a nice cup of tea and a
Yeah.
scone, and it was truly dreadful.
What's been interesting about this journey so far is we seem to have started on a high, and this wasn't deliberate. I honestly thought the first place that we went to was going to be dreadful.
Yeah.
I thought the first place we went to was going to be like that, and it was quite the opposite. So, you know, the positives in this are many, in that, you know, we've been so lucky. We had so many good ones when we started, but we've got to turn this around next month. We have to select somewhere. You know, I can't quite decide what to do. So you're going to have to tune in next month to find out where we go. How do we find somewhere that at least gets us back to a 3? What do you think?
I need
Will we
to
succeed?
Go home and
Yeah.
brew a pot
Yeah.
of tea and make
Yeah.
a decent scone.
Yeah.
Nick, listen to me. I'm so Yorkshire sometimes, aren't I?
We're going to go home and eat our own. That'll resolve the situation. No, that's not what we want. We want to be able to go out somewhere and have a nice time. I think perhaps we need to do a garden centre.
Oh, right, okay.
Yes.
They're
Do you
usually
think?
okay, aren't they?
Yes, I think we should. You know, it's never going to be a regular, but I think, you know, when I say a regular, it's never going to be somewhere which we can just call in at, and, you know, you wouldn't go to a garden centre for a cup of tea. What we've got to hope is that we go and that it gives us a decent score. Because I just want to go somewhere and have a good cup of tea.
I know.
And on that happy note, we will leave you.
It's pouring with
Yes,
rain.
we'll see you next month.